Hello, everyone. Have a good evening
Good
and
evening
good
to everybody.
morning
Good
to other
morning.
parts of the globe.
hmm It's almost what 11 o'clock,
11 o'clock.
um, and we just finished tidying up. We have some visitors earlier.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
having
Some
um,
music practice.
music practice. Yes,
Yes.
that's right.
So, Lee J is playing the drums. So, they had a practice session tonight because tomorrow there will be a special
Dedication.
event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, special
For
event.
the Christian Life program
hmm
that is ending in tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, and we have tons of kids today too. Which is nice because they're able to play in the playground. Um, and I'm also cooking while we're
Yes.
doing this.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cook some pork adobo
Adobo.
for our participants tomorrow. So, anyways, guys, for those of you who don't know us, my name is Lee
And
J,
I'm Melissa,
and we are
online business
yeah.
owners,
Oh my,
mentors.
so funny.
And we help families, individuals to get started in the online space by starting their very own online business with us. We provide the tools, the systems, the mentorship, everything that they need to get started and to make it successful.
That's right. And uh, during this journey, we have different kind of challenges, and this is one of them, which is our 90-day challenge.
It's a 90-day challenge.
And guess what? We are in day number
32.
32.
Yeah. And today's topic will be tips for working parents. So, yeah. What are our tips for working parents?
You know, I have many tips.
You can give one.
I can give one right now. Patience is a virtue. Because I usually don't have patience, right? Unfortunately.
Well, it's very hard. Like, I would find myself not having patience sometimes.
But I think uh, for my journey itself, I've gone through so many things in terms of running a business with the kids.
Yeah.
And so I've extended my patience.
Yeah. Yeah.
And part of that is, and part of that is really just working, right? It takes practice, right? With with the kids and all the activities that we do. And so
sometimes the kids would run around or start screaming or start jumping around, right?
Right. So yeah, you really need a lot of patience, especially when you're working around the kids.
Yes.
I'm just looking at our situation right now. The kids are sleeping, right?
Yes.
Except for Amelia, because
Amelia is a late night
sleeper. She does take naps for like 3-4 hours though, every day in the afternoon. So, and the kids, the kids, they have to go to bed in order for us to do this live session, right?
Yes.
Or they have to be in school, right? So we really have to go around our schedule.
Yeah. And the perfect thing is our business is an online business, right? So we have the choice to move around our schedule around the kids. So whenever we're available, when the kids are sleeping, that's when the time when we work on the online business, right?
And even if the kids are around and let's say we're working, I really can't. Like, I mean, it's really tough.
Yeah.
Like I'd be
pretty hard.
like when I am having client meetings or working on a project, on a focused project, I need them to get out of the room, right? Because it's really tough working with them. Like, especially for conversations, sometimes they just bug you, and that's fine. Like, I mean, you just need to talk to them. I talk to them a lot, right?
Yeah.
I explain to them why I'm doing this and why they need to give me like 5-10 minutes,
Yeah.
and you know, um, and be like that, right? Part of the thing that we, part of this tips that we want to share is the time management that we talked about,
Yeah.
yeah, last night,
Mhm.
right? And really having some time with the kids. For me, at the end of the day, I always give them like half an hour,
Yeah.
right? 45 minutes
Yeah.
to talk about, to
Pray
pray,
and
right?
to talk.
I
Yeah.
tuck them in as well, right? So when we're working, Mel and I, we're not just workaholic craziness, right?
Yeah.
Where we neglect our kids, right? That's not all the,
No.
it's not even
Well,
worth it.
they're the reason why we do this,
Mhm.
right? So why would we do this if at the end of in the background the kids are being neglected? Right?
That's right, and
So we want to make sure that they're always the priorities.
mhm.
We prioritize them first, and that's why we do the online business, right? Because we want to make sure that we put them first
More time.
on our schedule, and then the online business works around there.
That's right, and that's the reason why, right? There's a big there's a big dream for us, for couples, right, and for our entire family.
Yeah.
And we figure the only way to fill this dream, right, is to you know provide better opportunities and better income, right, better
Yeah.
financial for our family.
Yeah.
And with that, it will allow us to gain more time, right?
Yeah.
Therefore, where there are times where we go to the mall and and splurge them a little bit, and
Yeah.
um, because they would feel that even if we are working hard and even if we're like telling them to stay back, they know that we're doing it for them, right?
Yes. Yeah.
um,
Yeah. As long as they understand that the reason why we're working
mhm.
is they're the reason why we're working, right?
The funny thing is, even Alburn actually asked me, like, how can I help, right? How can I help
Yeah.
you on the
Like they
business?
would love to help.
Mhm. And which is heartwarming, because they would understand
Yeah.
not the value, but the sacrifices that we do for them.
Yes.
And I think a lot of these things, I think that one of the biggest tip that I can that I can think of really is communication, right?
Yes.
Like effective communication
Yes.
with your kids,
Yeah.
with the family,
That's
right?
very true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because these kids they understand as long as you
Mm-hmm.
talk to them like um, in a version where they will understand it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like they will understand, um, and as long as they know that we're doing it for them,
Mm-hmm.
they would definitely understand.
Absolutely. And talking with kids, that's a whole different topic, right? In fact,
Yeah.
we've never mastered talking to them.
Yes,
uh,
yeah.
I've
Sometimes we're still in the learning process, right? Because things change, right? They're growing, and sometimes they grow too fast, then we couldn't catch up, right?
right.
We have a 10-year-old, and we're still learning day by day how to communicate to
Mm-hmm.
him because things change.
Things do change, and the good thing about working working parent is um, we get to do we get we get to decide on things, right?
Yes.
And especially for the well-being of our family.
Yeah.
And might be good decisions, might be bad decisions. It's
Yeah,
hit
we
and
have to
miss, right?
make
I mean, like
decisions.
we still need to make decisions, right? It's just a matter of, will it help to the attain the bigger goal, or it will be
Push
a
us
lesson,
back a
right?
little bit.
Right? Push
Yeah.
us back a little bit, and therefore it
And
becomes a
becomes a
lesson,
lesson.
right?
Yeah.
Which is fine, right? That's the essence of growing, right? That's the
Mhm.
essence of being real parents, real people.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's never easy, right? If it
Yes.
was easy, everybody would be in business. Everybody would be
Would be
entrepreneurs,
yeah.
would be financially free, would be,
Yeah.
you know, uh, uh, would be really happy, right? And
Yes.
the life that we have right now is a is a masterpiece, right? And the good thing is that we have our kids and they're there, to help us mold what we really
Yeah.
want for our family,
Yeah.
right?
It it gives us the reason what, like, it gives us the purpose that what are we doing this for, right?
That's
It
right.
gives us the reason to work harder,
Mhm.
to do more than what we're doing, right?
That's right. And when the kids grow up and we become empty nesters, right? Then we just go back and say, you know what?
Yes.
I hope we did whatever we can, right? Like the best we can, in order to raise a young family like this. It is tough. It is,
Yeah.
it's never easy.
It's hard to be parents. Like, you're always learning and
Mhm.
growing, right? Like, you have to, because the kids, they grow too fast sometimes.
Mhm.
And while you're learning how to be a parent, you're also learning to be wife, or to be husband to
That's
your
right.
spouse. Like, it's a lot of learning. So sometimes it's that
Yeah.
development part is very critical in our life, right? In all the things that we do. So we make sure that we continue to learn, right? Read books, learn from other people who have been doing it from for a long time, right? Like, learn from their mistakes. And for me, like, my parents, they were parents to 7 children, right? And I'm the middle one. And you know um, for me, like, having somebody to look up to, it's it's a big deal for me, because you know being parent is hard. It's hard to be parent.
It is, and that's why the importance of community life
Yes.
is a must, right? I would say for us, because without our brothers and sisters, without our extended families,
Yes.
we can do it
Yeah.
without them, right?
Yeah.
You know, when Mel was working on the weekends, I used to I take my kids, right? Take my kids to events, and in these events, I wouldn't go if our extended families are not there, right?
Yeah.
Our brothers and sisters in the community,
Yes.
because it would be tough if it's just me. Quite be honest, right?
Yeah.
But because they are there, their kids are there.
Yeah, we
You
know that
know,
our kids are going to be playing with their kids,
mhm.
and we watch, there will be people who would watch our kids.
Yeah, which is the one part that we really really love in the community life, right?
Yeah.
One day we were playing at the playground, and a guy approached me, a parent, right, and he said, I'm a pastor at the local church, and would you like to come visit us and worship with us? And we have a little chat, and he asked me, how many kids do you have? And I said, I actually have 3 kids, right? So those 3 over there, there's
Yeah.
2 over there, and there's one that we're carrying. And then you saw his face drop, and it's like,
It's like,
oh my gosh, like, you guys are
you have
you have 3 kids, and
you look so young.
you look so young, and how can you do it? And he goes to me, I can barely even manage one kid, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because the answer that I gave, it's almost like automatic and
Yes.
um, brainless answer. And I said, you know what? We don't raise them alone,
Yes.
right? We actually raise them with a community, right?
Mhm.
Our church community, our family,
Yes,
right?
our
My
parents.
parents, Mel's parents, right? Our parents, and Mel's brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
and our brother, I'm the only son, right? So I'm the only child in my family, but I have a ton of friends.
Mhm.
Like, it's funny because I treat them, or I look at them as my brothers and sisters as well.
Mhm.
And when we're around them, when we're with the kids, we just feel like it's an extended family. And therefore, when we have extended family, it is it's an awesome feeling to have
Yes,
extended
it feels
family,
like you
right?
belong, right?
Mhm.
Like, it feels like you have this community of people that you have known for a while.
Mhm.
You can talk to them. You can, um, just engage with them
That's right.
in a way that is, family,
That's
right?
right. And you know, that's the answer that really caught not caught me, but hit me
Yes.
when we were going home, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Like
Yes.
we're not alone in raising the kids. It's
Yes.
the same way when you look at our community in the online space, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the kids are probably going to play online with the other online business partners, kids,
Yeah.
right? But what I'm saying is that you don't need to be alone
To
in the
raise your
journey.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah, to raise your kids, and you don't need to be alone to start your business or to grow your business, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Because I could associate it. I could safely associate having business to like raising a kid, right? um, you know
Yeah, and
Elon.
in the beginning, right? Like with
Mhm.
when the baby is young, and
Yeah.
of course you need some care, and you have to take more time in carrying that baby, right? Because you have to nurture, feed the baby, give
That's right.
everything that it needs.
It's funny
And
because Elon Musk actually posted, an Instagram earlier today or last
yeah,
week.
yeah,
I actually reposted that last week on our Facebook page, and he said that we entrepreneurs should also, if there's a baby shower, we should have a business shower. Meaning, if there's a new business, we should all get together and bring resources
bring
for that
resources.
particular business so that they become successful, right?
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? Why not do that, right? Like if somebody opened a business or somebody started a business, right? Let's get together and bring resources. Oh, maybe you know
Yes.
that accountant or this and that.
Yes. Yeah.
But we don't do that, right? And yet, businesses are like babies, right? When they first are born, you need to nurture them, you need to take
Yes.
care of them, you need to do a lot of work until they
Yeah.
grow, and then they can help you, right?
Yes.
And then they can help you out. They will make you proud, right? They will make you cry. They will
Yes.
make you happy. They will, like
Yes. Yeah.
all of these
Yeah.
characteristics of a child also goes with the business.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you love your business first before your child, but more. It's a comparison. It's a metaphor, right? But at the same time, businesses are also tough. Sometimes you would fight with them. Sometimes you would scold at this business, and the business does not listen, and blah blah blah. But all the while you're doing this, it's actually you, right?
Yeah.
It's you that's part of the business. You that's running it. You that's deciding it.
Yeah.
And you that's gonna be hurt, and you that will reap the benefits, right? The risk is all you, right? And um,
And then next thing you know, it becomes automated, right? Like it runs on itself, just like a child. When
that's
you
right. When you start walking and they start
yes,
running,
as soon as they've learned
they
their
start
way,
brushing their teeth.
yeah, they started to do their own things. And same with the business.
Mhm.
As you put in a lot of time and effort in growing the business in the beginning, and with the online business, right, it becomes automated, it runs in itself. All you have to do is just that small hours a day,
Right.
1 or 2 hours a day, and then it grows like
That's right.
a fully grown child.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. If you guys are thinking of joining us or giving us, not giving us, but um, wanted to inquire about what we do
Yes.
for online and how we do it, and
Yeah.
things like they want to have a glimpse of our community, right? I can also invite you, right, for free. Doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't
Yeah.
cost you anything to check us out, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Watch our webinar. It's
Mhm.
gonna come up on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Mhm.
And especially on Thursday, we're gonna be a guest on that webinar. And there's over 10,000 over over
A thousand
thousands
people.
of people who are going to be watching this worldwide. So join in. You'll learn more about the online business, how
Yeah.
it works, and the testimonials.
Yeah, and comment below, guys. Let us know where you are watching from. Let us know how global we are,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
if you are um, if you are watching this from Lee J Dumo Facebook page, or
Yeah.
if you're watching this from Lee J and Melissa Facebook page, let us know as well.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
because we would like to engage with you. We'd like to see you, right,
Yeah.
and to listen to you. Um, and we love what we do here, and I couldn't be more thankful of the opportunity of this platform, especially YouTube, Facebook, uh, and the live sessions like this.
Yes.
I don't need to record anything. We don't need to cut or take off things. Right? This is what you get, you guys. Like,
Yes.
and this
This
is
is all fresh.
it is all fresh
and raw.
and raw and real,
Not
right?
edited.
Not edited. We're not reading anything.
Yeah.
We're not, we're
Yeah.
not we're not on a script
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, everything that we're sharing is coming all from our heart. Whenever we feel like saying it,
Right.
then we go for it.
Right. We don't, we don't have scripts when we do this when we do
Yes.
these live sessions.
Yeah.
All we have really is a topic to talk about.
Yes.
And I think um, it's an amazing feeling to talk about a topic because you actually experience it. And we
Yeah.
don't need to actually experience it because we listen to a lot of stories, right? We listen to a lot of people. We watch their struggles. We
Yes.
watch their victories.
Yes.
And
the lessons that they've learned along the way,
Mhm.
right? And there's so much to learn from these people. And we've actually incorporated that in our life.
Mhm.
And the things that work on our life, we're sharing to you,
Right.
To help you and give value to you.
Right. Um, our community, especially in our faith community, we share a lot there, right? And there's a lot of brothers and sisters. There's a lot of parents that actually shares their struggles, and I think that's one of the best, um, you know, best experience of our lives, right? Because we really we really honor the sacrifices of all the parents out there,
Yeah.
especially parents that are in business, right? And we are so
Yeah.
we are so inspired with 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 all these parents that's really trying their best in order to
Yeah.
have a better family or a better life for their family.
Yes.
And for us, like when we look at that, we're like, we
Yeah.
if that if if that's a challenge, right? And that's the challenge that they have, right? Much more with the challenges that we have. It's compared to them, right? It's
Yeah.
probably nothing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But again, it's more of us listening, observing, right, and soaking it in, and really applying it in our lives as well, right? So hopefully we gave you some tips, right?
Yeah.
And this,
Yeah,
and
let us know if maybe you have some tips as well for working parents. Comment down below so that we'll learn about it.
right.
And other people who watches the comments would learn about it too.
Yes, and uh, when you look at when you think about it, there's hundreds and thousands, possibly millions of parents that are working away from their families, right?
Yes.
And and that happened to us too, right? My
Yeah.
parents were working abroad. I don't see them. um, Mel at one time,
Yeah.
her dad was working elsewhere, and her mom is working abroad as well, right? Different country.
Yeah.
And we felt that, and now that we're here in Canada, and we have been given the opportunity to work, you know, um, to work,
With
with
our kids.
kids,
Yeah.
right? Or with our family, meaning we're not
Yeah,
away
with our
for our
family.
families. I think that's an incredible blessing in itself, right?
Yes.
And sometimes it is a, it is a, we underestimate this blessing, right? We think that, oh my gosh, the kids are annoying, I can't work. Oh my gosh, the kids are just bugging me, I can't work, right? But the reality of it, the real gist of it really is being thankful that we're able to do that,
yeah,
right?
we're able to work along with our kids.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So at the
Yeah,
end of the
and when
day,
I always tell EJ, I really love what I do here in the business. I'm a stay-at-home mom now, and I get to work and then go to my child and be able to kiss my child,
right?
kiss.
Yeah,
It's
kiss
just
them
it's an
goodbye,
amazing
yeah,
feeling to be
or
able
tuck
to
them
work
in, right?
and still
Um,
be able to hug your child.
my job in the morning is actually to prepare the kids for school. I prepare their breakfast, I cook their breakfast,
Yeah.
and I also cook their lunch and prepare their lunch. And it's just me because I'm a morning person, right? I wake up
Yeah.
very early and I do all these things, right? And it's I don't feel like I am doing work, right?
Yes.
I feel like I love them, and that therefore I want to do this
Yes.
for them, right?
It's a privilege.
It's a
to be able
privilege
to
for me
do
to
that.
do that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like people would say, oh, why don't you just hire somebody to do that, right? Or to a nanny or somebody that would take
Do
care
that.
of my child, right? In fact, having to take care of your child, having more time with them is actually more luxury than working elsewhere and somebody else actually takes care of your child. So that's luxurious. That's the level of luxury that I want. Some people would like to have a fancy bag, fancy car, travel first class.
Yeah.
My luxury is staying with my kids, right?
Yeah.
And playing with them and having to serve them, right?
Yes.
So I think there's a lot of more tips that we would like to discuss, and being patient and being thankful, right, for the opportunity that they're around, right, that you're around your kids.
Yes.
I think is enough motivation to actually continue, right?
Yes.
And tomorrow we're gonna talk about it's gonna be our last day, right? What? Not last day, sorry. Last day of the
30.
week.
Yeah.
So,
We're gonna be doing a reflection.
no. Actually, no.
No.
It's not.
No, we're gonna be discussing self-care and
Stress management. So that's something that Mel really loves talking about. But thanks a lot for tuning in on this live session, you guys. We love you so much.
Yes.
For those of you who are supporting us, right? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
For those of you who just saw us right now, first time listening to us and hanging out with us,
introduce
let
yourself.
us know,
Where
right?
are you coming from?
Mhm.
Where are you from in
Right.
the world?
If you want to, start a digital business and doesn't know where to get where to get started,
Reach out to
reach out to us, right? And we'll send you all the information that you need to get started, right? And if you're decided and you're ready, right, let us know because we can be your mentors, and you can work closely with us, right? And that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Thanks a lot,
thank you
everybody.
for
Take
watching.
care. We
Take
love
care.
you.
We'll see
Bye
you again
bye.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.